If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Well, according to Kathleen Kennedy, Star Wars is hard. We're going to be ranting a lot. We'll just put it that way.
Just a bit, yeah.
Yeah. I find her lack of faith disturbing. Anyway, my name is Micah Curtis.
And I'm Alex Baldwin, possible Reploid.
Possibly. Welcome to Micah and The Hatman. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
I said Reploid. I meant to say replicant, but I think Reploid also counts too. And
what is Reploid?
Maverick. Reploids were the robots in
Mega Man. Yeah.
Yeah, Mavericks. Because someone asked earlier if I was a Maverick, also, and yeah. So anyway, enough
Talk
of that.
Pokemon while I eat kettle corn.
Okay, you eat kettle corn. Okay, so remember how I said I probably wasn't going to get this game? Well, a certain somebody surprised me with the double pack. So they got to play Sword, and I got to play Shield. I did not buy this game. Let me make that clear. I did not buy this game. But I played it out of sheer curiosity, and let me say this, I don't think it's worth your money. I really, really don't. Unless you are a completionist or have an intrinsic need to play Pokemon, whether it be like competitively or whatever, I would not recommend this. This is incredibly weak as a game. I was surprised that even the music doesn't really stand out, despite the fact that Toby Fox worked on it. And Toby Fox, you might know him from Undertale, a game which has really, really good music, actually. He's a pretty good musician, but like nothing really stood out here except for like the Champions theme and the Battle Tower theme. So I have finished the game. I've gone through the main story, a little bit of the post game, and I played some Battle Tower stuff. From this point on, I will be talking like spoiler stuff, so there's that. The story is so dumb. It's so basic. Like, there's not even really a villain team. Like, Team Yell is your, villain team, supposedly. And literally, they're just hooligans. They're like soccer hooligans. They're all going after this one girl because, I don't know, they have waifu syndrome. And she's like, I don't even like these guys that much. They're assholes. And then, like, they become your allies later in the game, too, so it doesn't even fucking matter. But the real fucking villain literally does not reveal himself until your championship match, until you are about to fight the champion. That's when he reveals himself in his grand plan, which was literally only alluded to a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean, like, 2 instances in the game where it's like, oh, whoa, what the fuck was that? Did you feel that sudden earthquake? Did you hear that explosion? Oh, this must be some weird tests that are going on. And then all of a sudden you've got the dude pop up at the end of the fucking game. oh, by the way, I'm going to awaken this evil fucking Pokemon and destroy the entire region and bring about the fucking darkest day from history. See ya. And then you go and stop him, and he doesn't even put up a fucking fight. He just you beat him, and then he's like, okay, whatever. And then you go and catch the evil Pokemon that's actually has a really cool looking design, but he's obviously incomplete, which is going to set up for, I guess, the Sword and Shield sequels. And then that's it. Crisis averted, crisis over, go back, win the championship match, be the champion. Like, it's tacked on. It's fucking tacked on. I mean, up to that point, like, what have you been doing? Basically the same thing you always do, except, okay, think about it this way. If you played through any other Pokemon game, say Red and Blue, skip all of Team Rocket, except for Giovanni in the last gym. Skip all of it, and you don't know how to read yet. That is Sword and Shield. You don't know how to read, so you have no idea what the fuck is going on. You're just going to the gyms and catching Pokemon and getting your badges and whatnot. And you think the bad guy is the last leader or whoever the fuck. That's it. Okay. Whoop-de-doo. There's no Elite Four in this game either, which is honestly kind of fucking dumb, but whatever. Fucking... Okay, one more thing I'll talk about real quick as I wrap this up. The wild area. That's the big thing that was touted because, oh, you can see a whole bunch of Pokemon here, and it's huge, and it's almost like an open world. Wild area is basically a tech demo for where Pokemon games are going to go in the future. Yes, it's an open-ish area. I mean, there are boundaries, but it is big. There are a ton of fucking Pokemon. Like, most of the Pokemon in the Pokedex are there or can be found in the wild area. But you don't really get full access to it until you get the 8th badge. Like, there's a fucking limit on the Pokemon you can catch. You can only catch Pokemon of a certain level depending on what badge you have, as opposed to the, this badge means Pokemon up to level whatever will obey you. No, it's you can't catch Pokemon of a certain level until you get these badges, which is beyond stupid. So wild area is really only a post-game fucking area. And even then, the only thing that it's good for are the max raid battles, which you kind of have to go online to use. And going online kind of turns this into an open world MMO Pokemon game, because you can actually see people in the wild area and interact with them in very, very small fucking ways. But to get to a raid battle, you have to be fucking lucky. You have to find one that's popping up. And even if you do find one that's popping up, you might not be in there in time. It'll tell you, oh, well, there's a connection issue and you've been kicked out. Like, what the fuck is the... Why?
It sounds like shit.
Like, seriously, there are so many missed marks with this fucking game. So many. And that really... I was talking to my friend about it, who has played competitive Pokemon with me since, like, 2014. And she has straight up said, I'm not getting the fucking game. And I told her about all this shit. She's like, yeah, it's a tech demo. This is proof of concept for what they're going to do in the next generation. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And yeah, I know you can do Dynamax battles offline, but the ones that are really, really worthwhile are so fucking difficult offline. Like, even if you have maxed out, IV'd, EV'd, level 100 Pokemon, and I mean, like, the ones that hit double for Dynamax and shit. Some of the fucking raids are just about fucking impossible, even with your best mons. Like, it's ridiculous. Ugh, but yeah, honestly, like, I wouldn't. I wouldn't on this one. I would not pay money for it.
There you go.
I wouldn't. And I hate that too because it's Pokemon, but it's they missed the mark. They seriously missed the mark.
Not to mention, no Blastoise.
So about that. Apparently, there is hidden in the code all the Kanto starters and all of the starters from last gen.
What?
And then some random legendaries too. So the theory right now is that they will be distributed as like event special Pokemon at a later date. But as of now, no Blastoise.
Man, fuck these people.
Yeah, IGN giving it a 9.3 is way off the mark. Like I completed this really out of obligation and to not piss somebody off who bought me a gift. But it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. And I hate to say that. And I hope this is not indicative of what Pokemon becomes later on. No, don't fuck them. Just
what?
Do better.
I'm surprised by that.
I would not give this a fuck 'em. I would give this a disappointing sigh. Not an Exterminatus either. I would give this a disappointed sigh.
I don't have a disappointed sigh button, so.
Well, let's do this to compromise. I'd give IGN a fuck 'em for a 9.3. That's bullshit. Fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em.
I can live with that. All right. Now on to my controversial game pick. People are going to be like, what the fuck? I'm just curious to see what the chat's reaction to this is going to be. Yep. Battlefront 2. The new one. Curious to see what everybody's going to say about this.
I know what I'm going to say. I'm still not playing it. Because of the loot box shit. I still can't justify it.
People are like, what? Yes, so to play and review Fallen Order, instead of paying $60 to do so, I paid $15 to get Origin Game Pass for a month, and I'm just enjoying basically whatever they got on there. And I'm making my way through Star Wars games. And so this is not the same as it was at launch. I played quite a bit of the multiplayer, and they have completely stripped out pay-to-win loot boxing. It is not there anymore. It does not exist. All of the cosmetics in the game you can buy with in-game earned currency, or you can just pay real money to buy them, depending on how you want to do it. I have not found anything in the game so far of the like 10 hours I played. Well, no less than that. Probably like 8 hours. 8 hours I played it where I have to pay real money to get something. I have not got, except for bundles. Bundles of costumes you would, but yeah. They also added a co-op mode that is basically 4 players against, it's a PvE mode basically, and it's structured like the old games. Basically, you have to take control points. Once you take the first set, you take the next set, you take the next set to the final set. The final one is the one where they're super fortified. It's always a good challenge from what I've played so far. Every kill you get racks up what's called battle points, and you can use battle points whenever you respawn to use the hero characters, or just more advanced units and armored units in specific maps. So there's that mode. There's, of course, multiplayer. The 50-man battles are insane because they're huge battles that you can have starships, you can have walkers, you can have just about everything you can imagine. and they're ridiculous and they're fun. I'll admit they're a lot of fun. Don't play with a controller on them though. That's basically, you might as well bend over and spread your cheeks at that point. The campaign is okay so far. It's okay. It's not amazing. It's not bad. It's okay. It plays well. The only thing that pisses me off about it is in the multiplayer. Like, what's the one major evasive thing in every single Battlefront game when you play it? The ability to roll. Mm-hmm. In the campaign, you can't roll. But in every other mode, you can.
Why?
I don't know, and I don't like that. Like, that actually kind of pisses me off. To answer Black Knight Resk, favorite advanced unit? Probably the clone trooper who can use the grenade launcher. He's probably my favorite, because he is a Jedi. He's an anti-Jedi unit, basically, or an anti-Sith unit, pretty much. Because he has a concussion blast that can knock people over. So, that's my favorite. But yeah, the story, it's kind of, it's just okay. It's just there. You know, it's not great, it's not bad, it's just there. One thing that gets me, though, is the impressionists that they got to do Luke and Leia are really bad. But the guy they got to do Han is really good. He does a very, very good young, oh my god, I forgot the actor's name. Harrison Ford impersonation. It was a very good young Harrison Ford. To the point where I was like, wow, this is good. This is really good.
Oh, better than what's his name from Solo?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, he's really good. He's about as good at that character as the guy who did Chad Vader is at Darth Vader. So yeah, oh, they added the Clone Commando 2 months ago? Really? Yeah, well, I love that. I love that class for sure. But now the only issue that I have with it is that the units in combat are a little anachronistic. Like Darth Maul showing up in battles with clone troopers on the side of the Separatists, which is not something he would be doing. In the movies, he did not fight the clones at all. In the Clone Wars animated series, the CG animated series, does he actually fight clones in that? I don't think he does. I don't think he ever has any encounters with them. He has plenty of encounters with Kenobi, but I don't think he ever faces clones.
I think he does a couple of times.
He fights Mandalorians.
He takes over Mandalore. I think he squabbled with like Rex and the gang at least once.
Yeah. And by the way, Alex Kogan says in the chat, wish we got a Republic Commando sequel. I'm pretty sure that class that I just mentioned is the one from Commando. So it's probably an homage character. Yeah, he started his own faction. And yeah, people were saying his brother does, but not him.
Okay,
so it would make sense for Savage to be there. Yeah. But not
well,
him.
And also this is Maul in his Phantom Menace getup too.
Yeah, that's the other kicker. It's not and that's another thing. Maul there's alternate costumes for several characters. Maul does not get one.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I found that a little weird. Because I would have liked to have seen his Rebels costume, the one where he's only got one sleeve. That would have been cool. But they do have him. One of his emotes you can get in an event is him just yelling Kenobi, and he freaks out too. But yeah, there's that, and then what else is there? But that's kind of anachronistic because on the Separatist side you got Maul, but no Asajj Ventress, and she actually fought clone troopers. And of course there's Grievous, and the guy who was his original voice actor shows up to do him again, which is awesome.
Matthew Wood, yeah.
Yep, and then you've got Dooku in there. And the likeness of Christopher Lee is very good in that game. And then on the Jedi side during the Clone Wars, of course, you have Anakin and Obi-Wan, as you should. And you can get their armored costumes, just so you know, the ones from Clone Wars. And you can see Obi-Wan wearing it in the card there. But they have Yoda instead of Mace Windu. When Yoda didn't fight nearly as many Separatists on the ground as Mace did. Mace was a frontline general. So that's weird too. So, yeah, it's a little anachronistic. But, is it fun? Yeah. It's the co-op and the multiplayer are good. Are legitimately good in this. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and that's what surprised me. The Audrey Grievous is the baddest one from the 2D Clone Wars. Yeah, it's not quite that one. It's more from CG Clone Wars. But he has a lot of the similar abilities, and he is... The problem with Grievous is he's the slowest of all the lightsaber users. So he's probably, like, as a clone, he's been the one that I've been able to just wreck every time I go across him. Clone Trooper heroes, there's not specifics, but if you use, like, the ARC Trooper and some of the others, you'll get the names of some of the characters from Clone Wars, who a lot of them escape me. Otherwise, you're just CT whatever, you know? So, does he cough? Yes. That's one of his emotes, actually, is a coughing fit. But I'll be honest, I love playing as clones. The clones are probably my favorite battle units to use. Though I am a big fan of the Destroyer droid, the Droideka. Thankfully, no Gungans show up. Talon throws 11.55 at me and says, here's a month sub for SWOTOR so you can try the new expansion. I will definitely be doing that in the very near future. Thank you, Talon. And we are now going to have to react to the Cats 2 trailer, or the Cats trailer, the second one.
Here we go.
So I don't have another stretch goal beyond that, guys, but that's what we're definitely going to do. So, but yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but I have to give this game a good review. It's good. It's not great. You know, it doesn't blow my mind like the original Battlefront 2 did, but it's good. You know, the only thing I don't like about it, or that I hate, is that the space battles aren't like the space battles in Battlefront 2, where I don't like using hero points to jump in a vehicle. I think that you should have the option of using points to get a hero, and then the vehicles are just there to jump into. You know, I loved the idea of, like, having to have a few people to actually pilot an AT-AT, or an AT-AT, or an ATST. You know, like, that sort of stuff I really liked. So yeah, it's good for a Game Pass game. I wouldn't say buy it like for $60, definitely not. But I think it's on sale for $20 or something like that. So, Elusive Swede says, Hatman, did you get his email?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I don't know if you got my response, so I'll have to send it again.
All right. So Swede, check your emails. All right. Let's go ahead and hit the topics for the week. Hatman, tell us about some bullshit.
Which bullshit?
Charlie's Angels bullshit.
Oh, Charlie's Angels bullshit. So Charlie's Angels flopped at the box office.
Yes, it did.
It didn't do well at all. And Elizabeth Banks is pissed off. She's pissed off because, well, no, apparently it's the fault of Timmins.
Oh.
The men's don't want to see movies about strong women. They don't want to see action movies with women in lead roles.
So that's a load of bullshit, but continue.
Yeah. Well, no. Why is it bullshit?
That men don't want to see strong women roles?
Yeah. What movies that have come out over the last couple years prove her fucking wrong?
No. Wonder Woman would be the first one, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a quality issue. Like, people loved Underworld. Underworld was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first Resident Evil movies is fun. It's not... Well, the first two are fun. They're not great, but they're fun.
Resident Evil movies are guilty pleasures.
Yes, they are. And by the way, they earned their money back at the box office. And then some. Every single one of them turned a profit.
They ended up making 6 total, didn't they?
Then there's Alita. Alita would be the front runner, I would think.
We're talking, female-led action movies in the past couple of years. And yeah, even Captain Marvel made a fuck ton of money.
Captain Marvel made $1 billion.
Yeah. Like, plenty of arguments to the contrary.
There were the Hunger Games films.
Yep. Plenty of arguments to the contrary. Well, guess what? Elizabeth Banks responded to that.
Oh,
she said that's fucking bullshit.
How?
Because they don't count.
Oh, they don't count because Elizabeth Banks says so. Yeah, nobody cares.
They don't fucking count. Let me see if I can find the exact quote that she used. But no, it's male genre. There we go. Yeah, they're all part of the male genre. Thank you, Hardboiled. It's still fucking bullshit.
That makes 0 sense.
Like, how in the hell? It's an action movie. Action movies are part of the male genre. Okay, then why the fuck are you complaining? That's a self-defeating fucking argument. I am mad that more men did not come to see my movie that was a part of a male genre but had a female cast, despite the fact that they will go to see other movies in this male genre with female leads. Just ghost blustering. We call this bullshit ghost blustering.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. I mean, this is one of the constants that we tend to see with these feminist filmmakers. And we're not going to touch on this for that long, but because we do have 2 other topics to get through. Yeah. The fact of the matter is you don't get to make excuses for your failures anymore.
No, you don't.
There are women who have been action stars in the past. It can be done. It will be done again. It's a question of quality and whether or not you're going to actually treat customers like customers. She didn't. She turned her press tour for this film into a woke-a-thon. People didn't like it. People don't want to watch woke stuff. They want to watch good movies. You're not providing, so they didn't come. It's that simple, lady. Yep.
It didn't work for Ghostbusters. The only reason... I don't think it worked for Captain Marvel. The only reason Captain Marvel made as much money as it did was because everyone thought they had to see it before going into fucking Endgame.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason as to why a lot of people didn't buy it on DVD and stuff. It's like they didn't want it. They're like, it really wasn't worth it in the end.
Yeah. It's fucking... It's nonsense. Give me Alita Battle Angel and a sequel to Alita Battle Angel and fuck off.
Yeah, or just give us good stuff. Like it's not difficult. It really isn't just to tell a fun story. Come on.
It's not. Put your heart into it. Don't expect people to throw money at it because there's some kind of a cause behind it. Mm-hmm. It's not a fucking political platform. It's not a fucking charity. It's a goddamn piece of entertainment. So make it entertaining. This isn't difficult.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Star Wars is hard, apparently.
Star Wars is difficult.
Can you bring up the exact quote on this one? Because this is hilarious.
Every one of these movies is a particularly hard nut to crack, said Kathleen Kennedy. There's no source material. We don't have comic books. We don't have 800-page novels. We don't have anything other than passionate storytellers who get together and talk about what the next iteration might be. We go through a really normal development process that everybody else does. Glares in EU.
Yeah, real quick, Asami Ryuji Yamazaki donated $5. Says, y'all going to cover getting Jim Cornette quitting NWA because of a joke he made on the show. Personally, I don't like Cornette. Think he should be held to his own standards, but that's just what I think. Did he get fired? Because if he, well, that's stupid. Cornet's an asshole. Like, if you hire him, you should expect to get an asshole. That's silly. So hopefully that answers that. But but yeah, this laughs in E. Like, there's a reason I put Revan right there.
Mm-hmm.
He is, aside from Darth Vader, I would say is probably the most outside of Vader and probably Maul, the most popular Sith Lord.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He has made 0 film appearances.
They have been trying to put Revan into new canon ever since.
Well, yeah, it was rumored
Legends.
that the trilogy that Weiss and Beinhoff were going to work on was the Old Republic.
Mm-hmm.
That it was going to be Knights of the Old Republic, and that could have been an interesting, trilogy of films. Maybe I would have much rather have seen a series of it. I think a good or even just a trilogy on the Mandalorian Wars would be badass.
Well, let me give you this. She says we don't have anything to pull from. We don't have any source material.
Bullshit.
What very well-known Star Wars character just entered new canon last year before?
Thrawn.
Yeah, fucking Thrawn.
Mm-hmm.
And guess
and
who
Darth Bane.
Yep. Well, that was Clone Wars. Guess who they also brought back to write another Thrawn novel? Timothy Zahn.
Jeez.
Because they're not fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But apparently
they want to. I know they want to confirm. They want to confirm Revan as canon at some point. Not to mention they've got their MMO is centered around that universe, and they're still putting new content in it. So, yeah, when it comes right down to it, I look at this and I think to myself, like, what on earth are you people thinking? Like, this is not
Seriously.
hard. Not to mention
if she doesn't.
Not to mention the character of Ben Solo, of the concept that they're going with, was in one of the books in the EU.
He's Jason Solo. He's fucking Jason Solo.
His name is different. That's basically it, because Jason Solo went to the dark side. It's like... And they abandoned all of that for films and stuff that have become worse. Now, there are terrible ideas in the EU.
There are plenty of terrible ideas in the EU, such as the Yuzhan Vong.
Yeah, the fucking Yuzhan... Fuck the Yuzhan Vong! Seriously.
Fuck them.
No. That's not good enough.
Fire up the Death Star?
I don't have a Death Star button, but I do have a different one. I declare exterminatus on the Yuzhan Vong. Oh, wait. Chaos Sonic just donated $10. I have to read this first. He said, it's almost as if Kathleen Kennedy is so dumb. When she got rid of the expanded universe, now I understand why you don't like the expanded universe, but compare this with what is done now. Personally, I'll take the extended universe over Disney's version. I've actually changed my mind on that. Anyway, here's the exterminatus button.
We have arrived, and it is now that we fulfill our charge. In fealty to the Lord our God, and by the grace of his throne, I declare exterminatus upon whatever scumbag we're declaring exterminatus on today. I hereby sign the death warrant of an entire wherever, and consign 1,000,000 souls, maybe, to oblivion. May imperial justice account in all balance. The Emperor protects.
Deus vult, Deus vult, Deus vult, Deus vult, Deus vult.
Somebody did once make the point to me that I do love the EU, I just was never honest about it. I think that there's some truth to that. I do like a lot of the EU video games. I love Kyle Katarn, too.
Yeah.
Kyle is a character I really wanted in these films. I think that he would have been
bullshit.
It would have been a really good character to have.
For all the bullshit in the EU, honestly, I think we kind of need it now more than ever. And if anything, now this should be a time where we can bring things back from the EU into new canon and just like filter out all the shit that didn't work. Unfortunately, we're starting out with a bunch of shit that doesn't work. So, fucking oops, I guess.
By the way, guys, everybody wants Keanu to play Revan. I want Keanu as Kyle Katarn. I think that would be good casting.
I'd take it.
Yeah.
I'd take it.
Kyle Katarn really only has two emotions, chill and angry. So does Keanu. It'd be really good casting.
Pretty much. Matchstick says Dave Filoni should be in charge of Star Wars. I agree wholeheartedly. Dave Filoni needs to be in Kathleen Kennedy's chair.
Or Jon Favreau. Apparently he's killing it with The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian's fucking great. That is Star Wars. That is fucking Star Wars. I think Dave Filoni, because Dave Filoni has like a deep fucking love for Star Wars, and he knows his shit too.
Yeah.
Like, he was the one who was pushing to get Revan into Clone Wars.
Oh yeah.
Like, I would trust him. I would trust him.
Benedict Cumberbatch as Revan, yes. That would be who I
Why
would
not?
pick. That would be who I would pick. Good one from Hardboiled, but yeah, Benedict would be amazing as Revan.
John Wick in space.
Malik would be the harder, and yeah, well, that's the thing. Kyle Katarn kind of is John Wick in space. Before John Wick, like he's a bad motherfucker. You look at the amount of stormtroopers that he tore through in Jedi Knight 2. He's a bad dude. He is a ridiculously good swordsman. You know, like that. I could see Star Wars-ish sort of John Wick scenes in a Kyle Katarn film. It would be fantastic. Not to mention, it would give you an opportunity to tell some stories between the sequel trilogy and the prequel trilogy of like, you know. Well, it would give you the chance for more Mark Hamill on screen, basically. And I would take it, you know, before he loses his faith. I think that would be pretty cool. You know. Could give you a chance to bring in Mara Jade, too.
I wish they could bring Mara Jade back, but
well, she is tied to Kyle, too. Not to mention she was in the expansion for Dark Forces 2.
I know, but I don't know that. Without Luke, I don't think you can really do Mara Jade justice.
Well, I have a whole idea for that, but the point of this video is, or this part of the video is basically, when it comes right down to it, Kathleen Kennedy is part of a move that destroyed all of that source material. So to sit there and claim that they've got nothing to go off of is complete and total bullshit. And she knows it. And I don't know why on earth she would make such a stupid fucking statement. So.
I think because she doesn't fucking know better.
I don't think she does either. Yeah.
Which just proves her incompetence.
Indeed. Alright. Final topic of the day. Polygon is full of dumb.
Polygon is always full of dumb.
But specifically, Polygon, a writer at Polygon. Let's not label all of Polygon because they just published a list within the last 2 weeks of the best games of the last 10 years. But a writer tried to say that Gone Home is the most prolific game of the last 10 years. So let's
the most important game of the decade.
Most important. Prolific, the definition we are using is plentiful, basically. So that it would inspire lots of things that come from it, which is not true. But let's talk about, Hatman, what was the list that we put together before this podcast of games that were bigger, more successful, more prolific, and all around better for the arts than Gone Home?
There were a lot. Like, I remember we were trying to narrow it down to... I didn't write all of it down because there was a fuck ton of it.
So let's go through the list.
So we have The Witcher 2 and 3. We have Mass Effect 2. We didn't put Mass Effect 3 on the list for Obvious fucking reasons. Obvious reasons. The Last of Us. We even put fucking Undertale on there.
Even though we haven't played it.
Yeah, even though we haven't fucking played it.
Because we had a feeling you guys would freak if we didn't.
Yeah, we've heard very, very good things about it. I will play it at some point. And of course, the fan base is kind of meh, but anyway. Doom, because motherfucking Doom.
Yes.
Dark Souls and Bloodborne by expansion.
Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Yep.
We actually didn't put that on there originally, but yeah. Minecraft.
Minecraft, because now it is the best-selling game of all time. You cannot deny that kind of helped define the fucking decade.
Dad of War.
Dad of Boy, yes. Fallout New Vegas. We were kind of in between...
On Skyrim.
Yeah, we were kind of in between on Skyrim. Because... You know how I feel about Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah, so let's move on to the next one.
So, yeah.
We've only got 4 minutes.
Red Dead Redemption. I guess Red Dead Redemption 2 by extension. Portal 2. And there was one more.
There were more than that. Arkham
There
Knight.
were more than that?
Arkham Knight and Arkham City.
Yep, Arkham Knight, Arkham City, Nier Automata. We didn't put Breath of the Wild in there, did we?
Yeah, and last 10 years, guys. So 2009 to 2019.
GTA 5.
GTA 5 is another one.
I mean, look, even in the chat. Damn, why didn't we put fucking Resident Evil 2 Remake on there?
I did say that. Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 7.
Oh, I don't remember you saying that. Fuck. Yeah, Resident Evil 7, of course. Yeah, we didn't put Smash Ultimate on there. That deserves it. Jesus Christ.
Gears of War 3. Smash Ultimate.
Was Gears of War 3?
2011.
Really?
Came out when I was working at Blister Thumbs.
Maybe it was Gears 2 that I played in high school. Anyway.
2 would have been... Gears... 2 was in 08.
Yeah, that's... Okay, that's the one I played in high school then. Yeah, fucking... Last of Us.
We said The Last of Us.
We said The Last of Us? Okay.
But some of the Uncharted games came out in that time, but though not the best one. Uncharted 2 was before that.
Yeah. Uncharted
Dead
4
Space 2.
was fucking great. Yep, Dead Space 2. We can't say Dead Space 3 because...
Yeah.
Dead Space
Obvious
3
reasons.
Great.
Max Payne 3.
Max Payne 3. Fucking hell. Please don't say Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. So there's a lot of those that are more prolific and better than Gone
Mario
Home.
Odyssey, fucking... what about Detroit Become Human?
I don't know about that. But,
Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I haven't played 3 Houses yet.
So needless to say, Polygon is full of dumb.
Yeah. Oh God, Shovel Knight. How can we forget fucking Shovel Knight?
Yeah. So this is easily one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
Yeah, absolutely. You played Gone Home.
Gone Home is your sister's a lesbian. The end.
Basically, yeah. Well, let me go one step further. Gone Home is spend an hour looking around a house to figure out what the fuck is going on. Think that it's going to be a horror game. Think that someone's ghost has been summoned, but no, actually, it's your sister is a lesbian, and you've just wasted $20 and an hour of your fucking life on a walking simulator.
Yeah, they're not even dead. Like it's not like you find your parents' heads or something like that.
No,
it's cool.
Nobody's fucking dead. Seriously, the only really cool thing in the game, and just calling it a game because I don't know if interactive art piece rolls off the tongue as well. But like the coolest fucking thing in there was like the secret door that had the fucking room with the pentagram and the fucking Ouija board on it. You're just like, oh shit, we're gonna be summoning some ghosts, aren't we? Nope. Unless your lesbian sister is a ghost, which she isn't. She's just gone because she's a lesbian. And she made zines about kicking the patriarchy. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's fucking dumb. There's really no story here beyond your parents got mad at your sister for being a lesbian and she ran away as a result. Okay, where have we heard that one before? That's basically a trope at this point.
Yep.
It's no. So most important game of the decade, most influential game of the decade. No, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Does this deserve the fuck 'em as well, you think? I'm leaning towards it.
I would say so, and then a bonus fuck 'em to Fulbright for making Gone Home.
Yeah. Definitely.
Fuck 'em.
All right. It is time to move into the Q&A. So let's go ahead and check the Discord first. Again, for those of you who missed it in the last podcast, some of you have been asking me to open up Subscribestar, and I have done so. The link is in the description. If one of the mods would be willing to go ahead and post that in there, the chat for everyone, that'd be fantastic. What we're going to start doing once a month, at the beginning of every month, is a little bit of a celebration live stream of getting through another month. And, yeah, basically Q&A, hang out, do whatever. But you have to be giving at least $5 a month as a channel member on my main channel, in Subscribestar or on Patreon. And then, of course, I'm going to get you into the Discord server, in which case, yeah, then we'll do that, and it'll be basically a secret stream that people might see clips of later. So yeah, that would be that's something to consider if you haven't already. So, link in the description for both Patreon or Subscribestar, whichever you want to use. So, all right. So, Talon Silverbane asks, was wondering what sounds more interesting as an idea for a video game. An RTS set in a fantasy world with mech suits, akin to Visions of Escaflowne, or an RPG set during the Napoleonic Wars, where you were to travel around as an officer with a roving commission trying to uncover a conspiracy. I like the second one a lot more.
I like it too.
There we go.
Yeah, I do too.
Holy Ninja Toe asks, for the Entertainment Podcast, how would you reboot Star Wars to remove the sequel trilogy from canon? So, here's the thing. I don't think that the premise in The Force Awakens is a bad one. I don't think the execution's that great. So here's what I would change. So, first off, I'm not killing off Han, Luke, and Leia. That's stupid. Which Leia is inevitably going to die in this third film. But I would not kill off Luke. I would not kill off Han. I think that's fucking idiotic. I would actually keep the character of Kylo Ren, Ben Solo. I love the idea of a stormtrooper turning on the First Order, and I love the concept of the First Order in the first place. Should we talk about the spoilers for this next one? Or just the big one? Because I think enough people have been spoiled on it.
Yeah.
The Emperor's alive. Basically, I would throw that out. That's fucking stupid. I would actually throw out the idea of Snoke, too. I would rather Ben Solo have learned the ways of the dark side from holocrons that were banned from the Jedi by Luke. That makes more sense than the way he was going, because the last Jedi sucks. But of course, the First Order, I like the concept because they're a cult. You know, but that was just rarely like they did nothing with that. Like, it's like, fuck you guys. Again, Rian Johnson sucks. So anyway, what I would do instead is have it be basically a time of peace. And then the First Order have come out of nowhere. You know, the remnants had disappeared at one point. They thought they were beat. No, they just retreated to a star system that was some distance away. Actually, you know what I think I would do? I would bring in, what's his face, the lizard guy from Jedi Knight 2.
Bosk. Oh no. Fuck.
Dasan.
Yes.
I would bring in characters like Dasan and other characters from that series and kind of turn those games into films, basically. I would have it that Finn and Rey, both of them, discover that they have the ability to use the Force. And they would come under the tutelage of one Kyle Katarn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and basically this idea is that Dasan seduced Ben Solo while they were training at the academy together to become Sith. They went, they found the old holocrons, they learned the ways of the Sith. They are the two, basically. And Kylo basically is trying to gain Dasan's favor. And of course, Dasan, not completely believing in the rule of two, trains other Sith and Force users as well that could end up becoming the Knights of Ren. So that's the way I would go with it. I would much rather have it be that it's a time of peace where they're hit with war and they're not completely prepared for it. You know, I think that would be a much stronger way of doing things, you know, than the way that they did it. So
don't believe leaks. Well, we know the Emperor's alive.
These have been like, there's test screenings that are going on that people are walking out of. Because
we at least know the Emperor's alive, so that was confirmed in the trailer.
There's also been leaked screenshots and like of the film itself that are not photoshopped. Of
the climax.
Yeah.
We
we know what it is. Like it's not good. It's really not good.
Although I still think the whole never to be seen again thing is bullshit.
Oh yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
That one I think is anyway.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and like the whole like Han being a deadbeat dad, I would want Han in every single fucking film, you know, and basically make it about an all-out war, you know. And there's other characters I would bring back. I'd bring back Boba Fett. Stuff like that, you know. But yeah, Kyle Katarn being this teacher. And I would also make it that he was Ben Solo's direct teacher instead of Luke. Instead of Luke teaching his own nephew. I like that idea a lot better.
Yeah.
So, alright. Chaos Sonic wants to know, this is the last of the Discord's questions, what would you keep from the expanded universe and get rid of? I think I kind of just answered that. Yeah, we would get rid of the Vong. They're stupid.
Yeah, get rid of Yuuzhan and Vong.
And for those who are wondering why we think it's stupid, it really makes no fucking sense for the Force, which connects all living beings one to another, to not work on organic technology.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid. Like, no, fuck the Vong. It was a bad idea.
Yeah, it really is. I like the idea that the Empire did nothing wrong because Palpatine was building up the military in order to fight the Vong, but also it kind of goes against Palpatine as like just a ruthless motherfucker too.
Yeah, makes him less feel like a Sith.
Yeah, it really does.
They did something similar with Revan and why he turned Sith, and it made more sense there.
Yeah. I would also get rid of just the fucking Palpatine clones. I think those were fucking bullshit. They also cheapened Anakin's sacrifice, and I don't like that they basically just did a fucking repeat of Return of the Jedi also with Luke falling to the dark side, even if it was to try and stop Palpatine and having to be redeemed by Leia.
That was dumb too, yeah. All right, real quick, I actually missed one.
Yeah.
And we don't have a whole lot of time. In our opinion, why are darker tone stories better than lighter tone stories from Punished Alistair? So, that's just my thought. I prefer them. Again, it's fully personal preference because I think that light can shine a lot brighter in a darker area. That's basically the whole thing. So, that's it. That's basically it. Is the hero feels more heroic in a sense. Because he's fighting a much darker evil.
Yeah.
But yeah, Finn should be the protagonist in the current series. His concept is 10 times more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I would rather he and Rey be training partners. You know? Give Rey a different lightsaber color. Finn looked cooler with the blue. She should be green. Alright. Let's hit the chat then, because that's all for the Discord server.
Mm-hmm. Kuba's Ranch Home wants to know, are we taking Thanksgiving weekend off? And real question, how will we react to Gordon Freeman and or Master Chief in Smash?
I am not. Are we taking Thanksgiving weekend off? I don't think we even said.
Are we? I don't think we've even talked about it.
I mean, we don't have to if we don't want to. I mean, like, I'm going home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But not on the day of. Like, I'm going home Saturday night. So we could do the podcast and I just take off afterward.
Yeah, I don't know what my Thanksgiving plans are yet.
We'll let you guys know. So keep an eye on the community posts here on this channel over on my main channel, and we'll announce it there. We'll figure it out. We just don't know what our plans are yet.
Yep. And as far as Gordon Freeman or Master Chief in Smash, I like the Doom Guy rumor better.
Yeah, and it's apparently a very strong rumor because I saw some leaked screens that may have been Photoshopped, but maybe not.
It probably Photoshop, in all honesty.
If they're not, that's a pretty good addition. But I would think that I would prefer Gordon Freeman, but I think Chief would be a better fit.
I do too. Even though it'd be really weird to have Chief in Smash, I think.
I don't know. I'd be down for it. I would almost rather have another fighting game character from another fighting franchise, though. I would rather see. I'd like to see somebody from Killer Instinct. Jago would be a good fit. Fulgor would be even better.
Yeah, Fulgor.
Because his final smash is already built in. It's a giant fucking hype beam. So, let's see here. Hardboiled Entertainment says, what's more likely to happen first, a new Bioshock or a new L.A. Noire?
L.A. Noire.
I don't know if I want either of them, but I would say more likely L.A. Noire.
Irrational Games doesn't exist anymore.
Yes, that's true.
So
and not to mention what...
to...
Actually, wait, no, they do. Because they're working on System Shock 3.
They are?
You didn't hear about that? Yeah, the original creator is working on it.
No, Irrational Games is...
I'm pretty sure. I could have swore... Well, maybe they might not be called Irrational anymore, but it's the same studio, just a different name, I think.
Oh, yeah, Ghost Story Games. Okay.
Yeah. So they're working on System Shock 3.
Fair enough. No, I don't think we'll get a new Bioshock, especially if they're doing a System Shock fucking 3. I think we'd get an L.A. Noire sequel before that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to a third System Shock game and the remake of the original too.
Yeah, or like a Chicago Noir. Yeah, that'd be really nice.
That'd be even better.
Yeah. Fucking God bless. There's so many stories that you could tell with that.
Set it during, make an homage to the Untouchables.
Seriously.
Yeah. So
seriously, that'd be God.
Ooh, Ultimate
God
Agent.
damn, I would play the fuck out of that.
Yeah, me too. Well, for obvious reasons, I'm from Chicago. But Ultimate Agent asks, there's a video that claims that Injustice 2 had bad character design. Your thoughts? Fuck them. They're idiots. Like, what the fuck do they know about comic book character design? Are they a writer? Are they an artist? Like, honest question, who made the video? Like, what's the channel name? I want to know who this is.
So you can scream at them?
Yeah. Tell them that they're an untalented hack. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Those designs are very well done. They look like superheroes. Like what the fuck? Really? Now, whoever that guy is, fuck him. Like, seriously. I'm saying this as a comic book creator. Fuck him. So, search it. Well, let's find out.
In the meantime, I'm Your Pepper asks, though he still celebrates it for family as a half Native American, my father dislikes Thanksgiving. Your thoughts?
Hold on. Abitorial 14. Who's this? Injustice 2's animation also sucks. Sucker Punch Design Works. Who's this? So what does he do? Anime reviews, poor memory, and video game editorials.
Poor memory.
So, do they create anything? Like what the fuck is this? Seems like just some wannabe. Like, they're kind of... I have no idea who this is. Yeah, I have a feeling that it's probably stupid. He's admitting to having an issue with NetherRealm, so I really couldn't give a fuck about what this guy thinks. So, whatever. I just think that it's a little silly to criticize those designs if you're not an artist. You know, you could tell me if you don't like them, in which case you're entitled to your opinion. But if you're gonna say they are objectively bad, you're gonna need some citations, fuckface. Because those are very well done, very well done costume designs. I have a lot of criticisms about NetherRealm right now. The art style is not one of them. All right, let's continue. What was the question you asked? Because it's gonna have to be our last question before we go into the Voight contest.
Well, let's answer it real quick, and then one more because we're on the topic of injustice. But Thanksgiving, Native American father doesn't really care for Thanksgiving. Thoughts?
Wait, what?
I
Native American father doesn't care much for Thanksgiving? Why?
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't fucking understand what the issue is with it.
Was when we came together with the Native Americans and we celebrated that bonding that we had there, where they helped us survive.
That's like, one of the only times that we were at peace.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
It's a celebration of togetherness. Like,
I don't know.
Is he smoking the peace pipe?
Genocide?
That's a whole mess we would have to get into, and we have a Voight contest to do. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's more complex than that, and yeah, there's a lot of back and forth, and this is the entertainment podcast, so let's go ahead and get to it. So we have a test to do. By the way, if you did not get a question answered, please go ahead and get hit Hardboiled Entertainment up right now, so that he can get those for the overflow, which we are doing. So let's get into this. The Voight contest. We are going to find out whether or not Hatman is indeed a replicant.
Okay.
So, I'm ready. Hatman, are you ready?
I don't have much of a choice now, do I?
No. Hopefully you in the audience, you better be ready, because you paid for it. But, alright, question number 1. You are a Blade Runner who is tasked with hunting replicants. After retiring one, how do you feel? A, they're just machines. B, I would still feel bad even though they're not human. Or C, I'd feel traumatized by all the stress.
I suppose I'd still feel bad, even if they were they were not entirely human.
Okay.
They still have personalities as human enough.
Okay. Question number 2. You're at a circus when the elephant fails to perform its trick. As a result, the trainer shocks him with a cattle prod. How do you react? A. I stand up and demand the trainer stop beating the elephant. B. I leave the circus immediately. C. I ask for my money back because the show sucked. Don't answer to be a troll. Give me the honest answer.
No, I'd probably walk out at that point because.
Okay. All right. Question number 3. It's your birthday. Somebody gives you a calfskin wallet. How do you react? Thank you for the wallet. I would appreciate the gesture. I wouldn't accept it.
I'd appreciate the gesture.
All right.
I mean, I've already got a wallet, so.
A young girl comes to your door to raise money for charity. You give her $50, but then you realize you need that money for groceries. What do you do? Do you leave it? Swap the money for a smaller amount? Or this is a sign you would give her even more money?
Leave it. I've actually done that before.
Okay.
I actually accidentally gave more money than I should have.
Okay. It's your first day on the job at a new kitchen. The head chef asks you to prepare a stew of freshly killed cats. How do you proceed? I quit. I would report the head chef to the necessary authorities, or I'd try to make the stew as tasty as possible.
Can I quit and report the head chef?
One or the other. I would assume that with the second one, though, you would do that too.
Yes, absolutely. Because no, key cats are good.
Okay.
And I don't mean in the tasty sense.
I was about to say, we got to watch your words there. You've got a little boy. He shows you his butterfly collection plus the killing jar. How do you react? It's probably just a phase. I'd take him to the doctor. I'd reward him.
It's an interesting one. I guess I would say it's more of a phase than anything else. I don't know if it warrants a trip to the doctor.
Okay. You are walking.
Because it's a preservation thing.
You don't have to explain it too much. You're walking along the edge of a cliff. Not so much. Explaining it's not going to save you if you're a robot, man.
Yeah, I'm aware.
You are walking along the edge of a cliff. You stumble and push a replicant off the edge by mistake. How does this make you feel? Remorseful? I'd feel bad knowing I would probably have to pay for the damage. Angry at yourself for being clumsy.
I feel remorse.
Okay. You construct a large window in your new house. Days later, a bird flies into it, dying instantly. How do you proceed? You clean the bloodstains off the window. You try to nurse the bird back to health, or there's nothing you can do.
Hold on. You said the bird dies instantly, right?
So let's assume that it doesn't die instantly, but it's very badly injured.
Badly injured? Yeah, I would try to nurse it back to health.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're watching television. Suddenly, you realize there's a wasp on your arm. Do you kill it, swat it away, or so? What's the question? Basically, it wouldn't bother you.
No, I'd swat it away. No.
Okay.
I want no bugs on me.
You're eating dinner when you notice a fly in your soup. The waiter tells you this is part of the dish. How do you react? Do you demand a refund, drink the soup, or ask the waiter if he's being funny?
Actually, yeah, I would ask the waiter if he's being funny.
Okay.
That's bullshit.
What do you think about death? It's not worth thinking about. It's a sad thing, or do you not know what I mean?
Yeah, it's sad.
Okay. You're reading a magazine. You come across a full-page nude of a girl. You show it to your partner. They like it so much they hang it on their bedroom wall. Does that not make any sense? You wouldn't let them do that, or you'd just take it down.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Your son answers a question wrong and is beaten by the teacher. How do you respond? Do you shout at the teacher who's responsible? Take your son to a different school? Or teach your son better so he won't be beaten in the future?
Okay, read the question one more time.
Your son answers a question incorrectly and is beaten by his teacher. How do you respond? Shout at the teacher who is responsible, take your son to a different school, or teach your son so he won't be beaten in the future?
Yeah, no, take him to a different school at that point.
Okay. You are walking two Rottweilers on leashes when they break free and rip a cat apart before your eyes. Do you apologize to the owner, try to hold on tighter next time, or collect the dogs and continue walking?
Apologize to the owner, but my God, I'd do more than fucking apologize at that point.
Not going to save you. Just saying.
I know.
You flip a tortoise over on its back. Its belly is baking, and it needs your help to flip back over, but you're not helping. Why is that? That's not true. You would help the tortoise. What do I mean by not helping? Or I need to move on to find water.
Yeah, that's not true. I would help him.
Okay. You decide to go on a walk when you see a little girl. Upon closer inspection, she is chasing a dog. The dog has her severed hand in its mouth. Would you chase the dog down and try to remove the hand? What hand? What do you mean? Or so what's the question exactly?
Yeah, chase the dog down, damn it.
Okay. Of the following, of these words that I give you, tell me the only good things that come into your mind about your mother. You'll tell me about her, or warm cookies, laughter and toast, love, caring, and education. Which of those?
Reminds me of my mother?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you about her? That's an answer, right? I'll tell you about her?
Okay.
Yeah.
You become pregnant, say if you're a woman. Let's say if you were a woman.
Now, hold on. Men can be pregnant.
Shut up. Anyway, you become pregnant by a man who runs off with your best friend and you decide to get an abortion. Does that make sense? You would feel sad about it, or it's something you would never do?
Well, obviously it's something I would never fucking do.
Okay. All right.
Holy shit.
Next question. So let's say you return home and you find a mouse in your fridge. Would you kill it, freak out, or call pest control?
I might freak out a little bit.
Okay.
How do you get in my fucking fridge?
Almost done. A man shows you his genuine 100% baby hide briefcase. Would you be disgusted? So what? Or that's just wrong because nobody makes briefcases out of baby hide.
Yeah, I would be disgusted, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm also kind of feeling that last one too, to be honest.
Fair enough. Next question. The guests are enjoying an appetizer of raw oysters. The entree consists of a boiled bog stuffed with rice. The raw oysters are less acceptable to you than a dish of boiled dog. Oh, it was supposed to be boiled dog, not boiled bog. Boiled dog, stuffed with rice. So, is this wrong? Is this disgusting? Or you're not going to eat it because you don't like seafood in the first place?
Ellen, I would eat the oysters over the boiled dog?
Yes.
Yes, I would eat oysters over boiled dog.
Okay.
Easy.
Because it's wrong or because it's disgusting?
Because it's fucking wrong.
Okay. Somebody orders lobster, and the chef drops the lobster into a tub of boiling water while you watch. Would you feel bad for the lobster because it's still alive? It's sad, but I guess that's what they did back in the day, or would you just feel hungry?
No, that's wrong.
Okay, feel bad for the lobster. Okay.
Yeah.
A replicant has the chance to kill you, but does not. How do you respond? Would you kill him while his guard is down, report him to the authorities, or have a newfound respect for him?
Be honest?
Yes.
Newfound respect for him.
Okay. You put a toad in a pot of water and slowly let the water boil until it dies. Why the hell would I do Why the hell would I do that? I would be horrified. Why is the toad so stupid?
Yeah, why the hell would I do that?
Okay.
It's
Final question.
I don't like them putting frogs in the water that turn. God damn it.
To turn into soup? Okay. You approach an eye
Turn to the
doctor.
replicant's gay.
Yeah. You approach an eye doctor who's willing to operate on you. How do you proceed? Take his coat away so he freezes. Go to another doctor. See if you can bribe him with something. Doctor unwilling to operate on you. Unwilling.
Oh, unwilling to operate on you?
Yes.
Okay, read the answers again.
Would you take away his coat so he freezes? Go to another doctor, or see if you can bribe him?
No, go to another doctor.
Okay.
Simple solution.
Let's see your results. All right, folks. Before we get started, I'm going to play a drum roll. But I want to know, after hearing all of that, do you think that Hatman is a human or a replicant? I want to hear it. Hitting the drum
Or a
roll.
replicant that is not aware that he is a replicant.
Yep. Well, there's only two options. You either are or you're not. You can't be half pregnant.
This is true.
All right. Drum roll now. It'll play. Not from you. There we go. Hatman is human.
Oh boy.
So yeah,
I'm not the
Hatman.
Robo Hatman after all.
Hatman is only Robo Hatman as truly as a meme. So Hatman passed the Voight Conf test. So
Good.
For future reference, if people actually do question Hatman's humanity, you can actually tell them, no, I took the Voight Conf test. I am indeed a human.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
All right.
All right.
Now for hell. Because hell is for children.
The quiz is rigged. That is Robokin. The test was a replicant. I love it. All right, send me the link to the Cats trailer.
Yeah, this.
Test was a replicant.
Yep. All right. So
The glasses hide the glare.
I can't show this, so just tell me when you got it up.
Damn it.
Wow, this got downvoted to fuck. This is like 8.9 thousand downvotes.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You got it ready?
All right, I've got it queued up.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Tonight is a magical night.
Jesus
Well,
fucking
I
Christ,
choose
this is
the
creepy
path.
looking.
That deserves.
Idris
a-
Elba? Like really?
Going to the ball could get dangerous. Come on!
What the?
I judge a cat by
What
its
in
soul.
the hell is going on?
Got plenty of soul.
Spotlight. This.
And a drum roll, please.
It's party time!
The most deserving cat will be reborn into another life. So they can be who they've always dreamed of being.
Okay, like these cats
So
playing
lame.
around on a bed
Cat
is
got
just
your
too
tongue?
much already.
Here we go!
I thought Judi Dench was better than this.
I thought Idris Elba was better than this. Ian
McKellen?
Right.
Oh, I did not need to
mess
see a
with the
cat
crazy
shaking
cat
its
lady.
tits, thank you. Oh, for the love of God! What
Now
the fuck?
it is time to make the choice.
What?
Right, well, that's not going to work, is it? That's what I say to you.
Cross paws.
No, what?
To begin.
I love it.
What the fuck?
Somebody call that fucking chef from the
jiggled!
Voight Conf test.
They do it. Hatman, they gave a cat lady Taylor Swift boob physics.
Somebody call that chef from the Voight Conf test.
I want to die. I want to die.
So, Micah, I have a question.
What?
When Elon Musk said that he wanted to make cat girls real, was he talking about those monstrosities?
He was. Fuck him. Like, what the fuck was that? Oh, God.
Now you know why I can't stand furries. Because of shit like this. This is why we can't have nice things.
So you remember what I said on the overflow? I said the only thing that I wouldn't group I wouldn't allow a genocide of was for that'd be perfectly fine with us furries getting genocide. Like that was the joke. No, it's not a joke anymore. Like, kill all of them and slap their mothers while they're at it. Like, what the fuck was that? I want to die. I wish I was a replicant. I wouldn't have had an emotional reaction to that.
Just why? Just why? Who thought that was even a little bit of a good idea?
I don't know. Like
who in their right mind?
Who is directing this?
Well, let me go just while you figure that out. Motherfucking Paramount spent a ton of money to redesign Sonic because people were pissed off at that fucking CG. The first Cats trailer dropped, people lost their shit and said it looked creepy as hell. And yet, whoever's responsible for this abomination still sees fit to just let it ride. I can only assume it's because of all of the fucking catnip and cat wine that they're on. And possibly also meth.
What the? This is the guy who did Les Mis.
What the fuck?
Yeah. John Hooper. Like, what? What?
Micah? Do we have enough manpower to perform another strike?
Man, I don't know if I have.
Can we declare another?
I don't even know. Oh my god, that was disturbing to look at. Here's what really gets me.
Who paid us for that?
Well, everybody, because we went past $50 donated.
Okay, who suggested it?
Well, I just thought of it randomly. Like, nobody suggested
You thought of it randomly? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Why
would you subject me to that? How dare you?
Just you, huh? Like,
I get it. Yeah, we suffered together, but we still suffered.
Yes, we did. That indeed was a thing. Chaos Sonic donated $1, says there's not two true cat girls. Necrophiles. Fucking kill all of them. I don't even care. Fuck, like they all die. Like, except for Misfortune from Skullgirls, she can live, but she's kind of dead already. I'm having an existential crisis because of this.
I have enlisted the aid of alcohol. Hopefully they will kill the brain cells which carry those fucking memories.
Yeah, that... You remember that speech that Greta gave about, like, ruining, like, something? Like, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
Did you see that we were on a bearing video, by the way? About her?
I did see that.
That was kind of funny. It was just us going...
Greta, and then silence.
Greta. Yeah. Everybody's calling for it. Let's go ahead and do it to close out the show. We very much declare exterminatus on that shit. Yeah.
We have arrived, and it is now that we fulfill our charge. In fealty to the Lord our God, and by the grace of his throne, I declare exterminatus upon whatever scumbag we're declaring exterminatus
Psych,
upon.
Jew button, Jew!
God.
On that note, my name is Micah Curtis.
And I'm Alex Baldwin, and god damn it, I swear, if you call me a robot one more time...
We'll see you guys next week. Day is full.
Day is full.